Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we're building an 8-sim micro home. And I have built one of these before, but I wanted to build another one to see if it got any better or if it was any easier. And I'm gonna say it's not that challenging. You just kind of have to use bunk beds and just go to the bare necessities, and that's it. But it's not bad. There are 6 Sims in the upstairs, and they all have to share the singular room. But, you get skill gains, and it looks stupid. So, obviously, that's much more of something we need than space. So, the downstairs is 16 tiles, and then upstairs is 16 tiles, so it all does fit in that 32 square thing that it has to be. And then I put the staircase outside, not upstairs, I'm gonna do this the entire time, outside, because I felt like it wasn't gonna fit inside, and also I didn't want to put a ladder because that also takes up space, and also it's kind of just 2 boxes on top of each other. So I wanted the ladder, or the staircase outside, so it'd have a little bit more depth. So I thought that was pretty good. And then I put these columns and then made them bigger so it looked like support systems. But it just kind of is modern and a box. So I was just trying my best to have any kind of detail anywhere to make it look less boxy. And I think that's fine. It also has a huge backyard because there's no space inside. So you might as well have a big outdoor and backyard space. And I don't know exactly what's in the backyard, but I'm assuming I put a bunch of children's stuff and probably plant pots and somewhere to sit and stuff like that. But I wanted them to have a big space outside because the downstairs is literally just a kitchen and then a Murphy bed, not the couch one, because I wasn't thinking that through. But you could definitely swap it with a couch one, but I don't think I remember that there was a couch one, nor that you could use a couch one when I was building it. But the master bedroom is also the kitchen and the living room, and also kind of that dining room. But that's okay. It's space saving, so that's all fun. But it is a little tight when you put the bed down, but I'm imagining you'd put the bed up any time that it wasn't sleeping time, and you can get to both sides. I did check that. You can get to both sides, but I wouldn't recommend it, and you'd also probably just want to just move your sim over there and then just put the bed down because it's easier that way instead of having to move four tiny little inches every single time, because that's kind of how you have to do it. So you just move your sim to the other side, then put the bed down. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it does still work. And then also upstairs is a 4x4. Most of it is taken up by 3 bunk beds because I had to fit 6 Sims up there somehow. And so I just put 3 bunk beds not side by side, kind of side, but they're really close together, but just in that space. And then I tried to make it as kid friendly. There's a bunch of toys and it's really colorful. And there is a lot of windows in here, so it's not it's that cramped looking. It just is really cramped, but there's windows and there's a lot of light and colors and stuff, or at least upstairs. Downstairs is just black and white and then a yellow rug. But that's okay. But it's just for the challenge. I don't think you'd ever want to have this many Sims in here, but that's okay. It's just, just because I wanted to have something kind of difficult, kind of fun to just build. I also was thinking about it. I don't think it would be possible to put toddlers in an 8-sim micro home. One, because then you'd have to have a tub. And there is a shower in this one, and it is the shower from university, so you can walk through it. So you'd have to have a bathtub. You can't walk through bathtubs if that was ever shocking to you. And then, so you'd have to have that. And then you'd also have to have the beds, which they kind of take up more room. That doesn't make very much sense. However, they're 2x1s, and you'd have to put them both on the floor. So it'd take up 4 squares instead of the 2, children's beds that take up 3x1 and just go up taller. I don't know, but it would take up more room, and I just don't think that is possible to put toddlers beds in unless you wanted to stick them outside under a covered roof. So I think the bunk beds thing is the only way to make this actually possible. So that is what I did, but it is a little bit small, but that is kind of the entire point. So that's all fun. But moving on from the build to the things that I've done this week, The first thing, in interior design, we had a project this week, And as all projects in interior design go, I took like a day and a half and finished it. It was summative, however, I already know that I did good on it because it was a very easy project. Most of my elective classes are very, very simple, and so I got it done, and I have gotten like 100% on like every single one of my projects, so I'm not worried about this like at all, because it has all of the requirements, and I did it all, and so I don't think it's going to be any bad. So I just kind of took half a day to do, I don't know what I did that day, but then I took the third day that we were supposed to be working on it, and I wrote my essay for world history. I'll move back to the essay in like 12 seconds, but I just spent that entire day just writing my essay, and so it was a little weird because everyone else was working on their project and I was sitting with a piece of paper in front of me just copying down words, but you know, that's fine. But it was just very awkward because I get strange looks anyway, so, you know, not doing what I was technically, well, supposed to do, but I had already finished what I was supposed to do, so it's a thing. But back to the essay, my world history teacher is oh so nice and decided he wanted to give us a handwritten LEQ. If you've ever taken English, that's what, or not English, world history. If you've ever taken world history, we did an LEQ, but it's basically just an essay about history if you don't care. But he wanted us to handwrite it because on the actual AP exam you have to handwrite it, so he's getting us prepared. But I hate that. That's stupid, but it makes sense, but I just really didn't want to do that. But we'll see how that works. Because one, I didn't handwrite it the first time. I wrote it on my computer and then transferred it onto paper, which is probably not what we were supposed to do. However, I've already encountered some issues when I was cheating. I don't think it was actually cheating that much. I'm fairly positive several people did that because I saw people doing it. But I don't know. But I wrote it down on my computer in interior design that one day, and I had that whole thing. And me writing on the computer took like 25 minutes, maybe. However, copying it onto paper took an hour and a half, and that was that was without my breaks to like not break my hand and my wrist. So it probably took about 2 hours with the breaks, so it took a very long time. And I'm fairly positive you get 55 minutes on the AP exam. So, you know, that's all fun. I'm going to take into consideration that copying it instead of just fully writing it took a little bit more time. However, that is still not the amount, like, because I'm writing the same amount of words, but I had to look up and stuff, so I just don't think that is going to work very well. However, we will see. If I don't get finished with my LAQ, I will update you, I guess, in May. However, we also have to go back to this on next Wednesday, I think, because we have an LAQ in class that we have to do, like, for our actual test. This was just, like, a practice one. So, we'll see if I finish it. I'm going to assume the answer is no, but that's really fun because I hate LAQs to begin with because my brain just doesn't want to regurgitate information like that. It's like, no, you don't remember any of this. So, you know, that's all good. But I'm very worried about that. But after we did the project and I did my essay, we worked on like a Halloween project because she gives us time to do literally anything sometimes. I've talked about this, like every Friday we get to do stuff. But Thursday and Friday, we worked on this project. It was kind of supposed to be Halloween-y. I didn't do that because it wasn't required, and also I hate painting Halloween stuff. There's just too much of that, and every single like thing that we do is painting Halloween stuff. And so I painted other things. So we took like chunks of wood and painted them. I'm not gonna lie, that was really fun. I really enjoyed that because you can just paint all of class and you can paint whatever you want. And I have a thing for broken and like beaten, worn down stuff. So both of the wood plank thingies that I grabbed were like kind of broken, kind of still had wood chunks like bark on them. But that's fine because they look cool at the end. But the first one, I painted like an abandoned like scene, which kind of started the things that you're going to see in the next two videos. Be prepared. But I painted like an abandoned building because I kind of wanted to do that. So it's like entirely like black and it's got like holes in it from the actual wood. I didn't make those. But then I put like moss, ivy kind of stuff on it and made it like look worn down, and I thought it was cool, but then it dried and it's like entirely black and you cannot see any of it, which is fine. But then I also tried to mix in some like brown with it, and so it looks kind of cool, but it also kind of just looks like a black blob with some green light leaves on it, which is fine, whatever. But the second one that I painted was like, had like bark on one side of it, which I thought was kind of strange because it's processed wood. So I'm not sure how that happened, but it's got like marks all over it too, so I'm not sure how it passed through, or if that's like a thing that it needs to do. I don't know, but I thought it would be cool, and I was looking at it and I'm like, I could make a cliffside out of this, like, you know, those like cliffs that just like have the water and then like the beach. I don't know, just random like photos. So I made that a cliff, and I didn't paint it at all, I didn't touch it at all, but then it had like the dip down where the like bark came to like the actual wood bit, and so then I painted that with like an oceany thing, painted it blue, and then had like the white like kind of like waves at the edge, you know, whatever, and then I painted the rest of it like sand and then like green and stuff, and so I thought that looked pretty cool, and it did dry a little bit weird too. But then I also tried to put yarn or like string on the side of it because it looked like rustic or whatever, I don't know. But it did not want to stay. It did stay eventually, but I had to like sit it upside down to get it to stay. But I put that all around the edges, and so I thought that was pretty cool. And so I now have those and nowhere to put them, but that's okay. I'll figure it out at some point. However, that's about it for this week in interior design, but it is almost screenshots time. So subscribe if you did like today's video, or if you want to see more like this. But I post a new video 4 days a week, so you can watch another video tomorrow. Bye.